Hello Leo, welcome back to the channel. We are going to do your he said she said game, the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy reading. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Let me know. So let's start the spread. We're starting with the divine feminine on top and the divine masculine energies at the bottom, but feel free to swap the energies. Make sure that you know in which energy field you are, okay? Let's see, what are the messages for the divine feminine? Okay, we're starting already off with the 10 of Wands and the King of Wands. Ooh, 10 of Swords reversed. Let me just lay out this whole spread because it's going to be a lot of shuffling. In the present energy, we have the 9 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, and the Fool. I like that. You're absolutely leaving something behind with full proud, leaving it behind. It's just like, okay, that was one big of a mess. It was a lot of drama and headache. I'm done with it. Like that's the type of energy that I'm getting from you, Leo. In your blockage, you do have the Ace of Swords. Why? Because of the Hangman. Still waiting for something. Yeah, the Temperance card, absolutely waiting for some sort of breakthrough here. Then we have the Moon in your hopes and fears. And the Strength card, there you are. You just want to get back to your usual self. Absolutely. In your outside influence, we have the Ace of Pentacles, Leo, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. Ooh. I sense some sort of victimhood mentality around you where you're just like, no, I gotta keep straight. I gotta keep myself tight to this one because I don't want to go into that depth of someone feeling in a certain way and you have to compromise maybe. Then we have your future energies. We have the Emperor, the Death card. Whoa. And the Ace of Cups, new love coming in or a new beginning in love. All right. We do have the 2 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck and the Lover's card. So there seems to be some sort of huge decision, but you're still kind of like trying to wrap up some sort of an old cycle here with an individual. And it feels to me as if you've been really going through a lot of pain, like mentally overthinking a situation, but you're absolutely getting out of it. I absolutely see you fulfilling, kind of like fulfilling yourself, fulfilling your own needs. You're happy, you're getting into a more happier state, and you're kind of like getting yourself ready for a new beginning, a new start, right? And it does feel like a new start in love. So this could definitely feel like maybe you are not even in connection with anyone, right? Like you've been trying to heal something from the past, or there was some sort of trauma that you're kind of like getting yourself through with, and now you feel like in this happier place, or you will be very soon, where you feel like, okay, I have this to manage, I have these dreams, I have these goals. You have a lot of aspirations that you want to call in for yourself. And I do see absolutely like a huge manifestation of like a new start, a new beginning in your life, where you're going to be like super, super proud that you left all this drama or this headache or these responsibilities even behind. Okay, there might be with that Ace of Swords, Hangman, and the Temperance card, there might be like this final verdict or some sort of official conversation or communication or something even written, okay? Like you're waiting for some sort of assessment, assignment, or contract. There is something that you're anticipating right now that you feel like, okay, you know, I can't push this process, so I have to kind of like be patient with the process. And I know sometimes, Leo, you don't always have that patience within yourself, right? We are a fire sign. However, it just feels to me as if you're waiting, like actively waiting for some sort of official communication to come in. Could be in the form of a letter, in the form of an email, a contract, a signed contract. There is something that you are anticipating on, and it does require you to be patient, okay? Very patient, right? And then we have in your fears, you have the moon, which is literally fears. Okay, the moon is all about your fears, or you know, things that you can't be seeing coming ahead. You just, you know, you don't know what is going to happen. It's kind of like an open blank page in your life, and you're like, okay, should I think about like the consequences? Should I think about like the what ifs? And spirit is saying like, no, you know that your strength is within yourself. You've overcome already like the biggest heavy burden in your life. All right, and this was like a double thing is what I'm getting, like a double-edged sword is what spirit is telling me here. And you're absolutely getting ready, like even financially, I do see you having like some sort of promotion, or there is some sort of deeper commitment that is going to be presented to you. Could be also in love, right? Yeah, look at that. For the divine masculine energies, we have the Tower and the Ten of Wands coming through. Wow. This is a very full spread, mate. In their current energy, I'm just going to switch to the masculine just to see where this is going. We've got the Hierophant, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we've got the High Priestess. Interesting. In the blockage, we have the Eight of Swords, the Star, and the Devil. In their hopes and fears, we have the Knight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. And in their outside influence, we have the Beautiful Sun card, which is you. We have the Magician card, which is probably your aura, your energy, and your manifestation. And even the Eight of Pentacles, look at that. You're very persistent in making a situation work with someone that you feel a very strong emotional and spiritual tie with. All right, like someone that you see having a future with. I absolutely see that. And it feels like both of you have been coming out of a very painful situation, right? It just feels like the person that you're dealing with, the divine masculine energy, has been going through a lot of intense changes, intense difficulties in their life, and now they feel like they're ready for a real commitment. They know their values, they know their strengths, they know their priorities, and their priorities is loyalty. Like that's their strength, and like growing together spiritually. So whomever is like in your surrounding here, it feels like very divine. Okay, like the Hierophant and the High Priestess and the Ten of Pentacles, that feels like super divine type of energy. Whereas you may be a little bit more like very open-minded, very much like, well, we'll see how it goes. I don't want to put all my hopes in this because you know what happens when you hope that something or someone is going to pan out the way that you anticipated. It can become like a disappointment. So you're kind of like being a little bit like holding off on overthinking the situation. However, this person seems to be very solid, very grounded, uh, very well aware of what to do, what to say, how to say it. Like they have manners, okay? Like whomever this person is, they have manners. And if this person is not ready in your life, you are manifesting this person. Absolutely. Okay. Ooh, this is very interesting. We got the Death card on both your ends in the same position in this huge spread. And we also have the Emperor closing off in the same position together. And then we have the beautiful Ace of Cups and the beautiful Six of Cups, which are basically same type of frequency energy. So I feel like there is this energy of like you and a specific person having like the same frequency. However, both of you have some sort of past baggage with one another, or with something, you know, different than one another, that is being transmuted. Okay, like the death card is absolutely talking about like that transmutation that is going on. All right, and please don't mind me, I used to do this spread like more like this, but I feel like there is this coherent type of storyline that I really want to talk about, rather than just like, you know, being like one by one, like the devil means like addictions and da. You know, I feel like this is kind of like reopening a book without really reading like one by one. So that's how I'm viewing it. And also with the challenges here within your person's energy, obviously they have some um, questions within their mind. Maybe they're not really opening up about it, but also I feel like it may not always have to do with you. I feel like they do have some sort of, you know, um, paralysis going on in their headspace that they are aware that they need to heal. This could be like toxic patterns that they are aware, but they don't want to really talk to you about that, which is also completely fine. It just means that this person is absolutely growing and evolving and is aware that some toxic traits, either internally or externally, could be becoming like a bigger problem. And before it becomes a bigger problem, they are aware that they want to heal this aspect. And this feels like more like internal healing, or like, you know, that paralysis in our head where we're like always trying to sabotage a situation, or we question ourselves, we overthink a situation, and because of that we, you know, tend to act a little bit awkward or weird. So they're absolutely aware of it. This feels like a very old soul that is really trying to evolve in their own way, and absolutely is aware of certain dynamics that could be getting in the way here. Like I said, it could be like a lifestyle, could be like addiction, it could be like toxic traits, or their own way of like obsessively thinking, or like analyzing a situation to a point where they get like very fixated, right? So yeah, and again, in their hopes and fears, it's again very clear that this person truly wants to have like a long-term commitment, even though there might be some practical issues in the way, or they're still like in the process of like rebuilding themselves, or putting more focus on their career or their living situation, whatever it is. They are absolutely, again, look at this. We got twice the Ace of Pentacles back to back. So again, this is like a huge alignment that I am seeing within the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine energies. It's like one of the best readings. Now, that does not mean that in your outside influence, we have the Eight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Now, this feels like there could be someone around you outside of this person, probably, that could be trying to be like in the victimhood mentality and trying to kind of like emotionally suck you back in, right? And I feel like your advice here is very strong, Leo, really talking about needing to stay in control. And yes, we can feel bad or sad for certain people, or you know, they're going through a rough time, especially when you're going through some sort of breakup or you're trying to distance yourself. However, Spirit is really urging you to put an end to whatever is not working for you anymore, and don't allow someone else's kind of like sad story to kind of like lure you back in. um, Allow to be your own story. All right, like that's their part, that's their story, that's what they need to go through, and all you need to do is kind of like focus on healing the heart and opening up yourself again for this. Either it's a reunion, it's a soulmate connection, but it's absolutely something that is going to be very worthwhile. Okay. That's what I have for you, my lovely Leos. If this resonated with you, follow me on the extended. We're going to go a little bit deeper and see their current feelings for you and your current feelings for them, and also like what the future outcome is going to be. But this looks absolutely very promising. So yes, we're going to dive deeper. And I just want to know as well what this tower is indicating. So we will absolutely clarify that as well. Okay, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much, Leo. See you soon. Take care.